We interrupt this program to bring you...
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's your cousin from the South Side, Zay Solon, back at it again with another video. Today in this video, we have another episode for y'all. Hope y'all are doing well, by the way. What y'all, how life been for you? What you smacking on? Red velvet cake? Ooh. With some collard greens? And some baked chicken? And that mashed potatoes? Oh! I can see you eating good tonight. Yeah. Ooh, shit. And chitlins?
What did he say?
Video over. We done. I can't believe this. You're disgusting. I can't believe you. Anyway, hope y'all staying blessed out there. You know, staying active, working on yourself, working on your dreams, working towards your goals and stuff. Okay? Before we get into the video, y'all, I have to let y'all know something. I know I said in the last video that we weren't gonna have another mishap in the 26th episode, but unfortunately we did. I accidentally must have hit a button in OBS, and because of that, the video, it recorded, but it did not record the video. I have the audio and everything, and I know what y'all probably saying. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I know y'all probably booing me. I'm sorry. Forgive me. My bad. You know, I'm kind of new to OBS. I'm really new to this whole interviewing thing. I really love doing it though. I really love putting y'all on to independent artists. Speaking of independent artists, make sure to comment down below who was your favorite artist that I interviewed, and what was your favorite song that we have talked about throughout the interviews. And also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video and you also never miss an interview. And ladies and gentlemen, good folks, without further ado, let us get into the 29th installment of Soulful Sounds. Today, we're going to be interviewing NAMIRÉ, and she is going to be talking about her song, I. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 29th installment of Soulful Sounds. Who am I here with?
NAMIRÉ.
Hey, and today we're going to be talking about her song, I. Is it?
I.
Okay. First question I want to ask you is, where did the name for the song come from?
Literally, I'm gonna be so honest. It's just a lyric, okay?
Okay.
Like, I just decided, because it's like you and I don't know. So I just decided on I.
Okay.
I think it's like visually, it's kind of like a Roman numeral, so it was aesthetically pleasing to me.
I like that. What was your process when it came to making this song?
Okay, when it came to making this song, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I did roll up, and then I put together a beat, and I literally just freestyled.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the first half of the song is just a freestyle. And I was like, I like that. So then I came up with the chorus, and then like I kind of waited a few days because I like to procrastinate. And then like I came up with like the second like half of it. And yeah, that's how it came about. Like I literally, a lot of my songs, I have a lot of songs where I just flow and stuff happens. So yeah.
Okay. Um, I kind of relate to that because that's kind of how that my process is sometimes when it comes to making music as well. It's just you just hear something and you just kind of flow on it.
Yeah. And I think also I was remembering this time when I had a crush on somebody and I was just kind of like trying to tell a story about the feeling, okay? And just how I was feeling in that moment about that situation. And yeah, I just really love telling stories with my music. Like I like setting a mood, setting a vibe, and like telling a story with my lyrics. So I just was like, you know what? Remember that one person you used to be feeling? And I told the story about that. Yeah.
I like that. I really like. I think it's really great to tell stories with your music. A lot of people don't like to do that no more. I feel like, um, but I think that that's really, really, really great. Um, what inspires you to create music?
I think it's the feeling that I get when I'm creating music. It feels like me. It makes me, I don't know, I feel whole, you know? And it's kind of
Yeah,
like a feeling I've been chasing for a very long time in my life. And when I discovered that, hey, like, I don't know, it was during the pandemic, like, I just opened up BandLab just to play around in it, like most people. And I really enjoyed myself. And I was like, wow, this is so fun. Like, I could do this forever. So I'm sorry, I have ADHD. What was the question again?
my bad. I kind of zoned out myself. I got ADD.
Okay,
So
never mind. I think that,
but the question was, what inspires you to create music?
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the feeling. It's just how it makes me feel. Like, I just feel like I'm able to tap into my highest power. And like, I feel like when I'm making music is when I have like my highest level of confidence and like I'm like, yeah, I'm doing
I agree.
this.
I
Yeah.
agree with you on that. My bad for staring off into space. I was just listening to you talk, and I was like, okay,
No, it's okay
I'm
because my
focused.
mind, like, it's like I start rambling and then when I realize I might start rambling, then I forget what I was even talking about in the first place.
No, I
Yeah.
got you.
I just didn't want to get off too far from the question. Yeah.
Speaking of BandLab, funny story. All of my bad music is on BandLab. Don't go on there. Hey,
I never posted it. I never posted it. Okay, it's still there, but yeah, same.
um, who is a artist or producer you want to work with in the future?
Ooh. Okay, I just found. Okay, sorry. Let me pull up my phone. A producer I really want to work with in the future. Oops, sorry. Oh my God, Instagram. Um. Okay, I just found this guy. His name is Glassface. I really like. Yes, I just found him literally today, and I'm like, I want to work with this person for real because I just really love the way that they put together their pieces and like their production is just beautiful in my opinion. And then an artist that I really want to work with.
Yes.
Um, okay. One artist that I really want to work with. Let me see. Oops, sorry. That's so I'm like, because I'm like trying to pull up names because it's like, these are people that I kind of just discovered. But okay, like if I'm really gonna think about it, like oh yes. Okay. Layla.
I have never heard of her.
Oh, you need to get hip because yeah, she is such an excellent writer. And like I just feel like the way that she expresses herself creatively, she's just beautiful, very alternative. And I also like the fact that she throws like free concerts in Brooklyn for like the neighborhood. So like anyone can have access to that art. So yeah, it's
That's cool as
she's great.
fuck. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Her vibe is like kind of like Solange. Like she's worked with Solange very closely, so
Okay. I'm gonna you
yeah.
gonna have to DM me her profile so I can
Hmm.
check them out. Um, and the other person, Glassface, I
Yeah,
definitely DM me them. Uh,
but there's so many producers and like there's so many people that I would want to work with. Like I have like a mental list of just all these talented people that I've just found over the course of the past few months.
um, where's the next question? What's an album or song that you have on rotation?
That's hard. Uh, one song that I have on rotation. Okay, yeah. So I think one song that I have on rotation is Happy Ending by K Layla.
Okay.
Okay. And just her whole album that song is on. I forget what the name of the album is. I listen to it all the time, like literally every day. I'm sorry, I'm pulling it up because I
No, you good.
truly need to. Okay. I think the album's called Raven.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I right? Sorry.
No, you good.
Yeah, it's Raven.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna definitely have to check that out. Um, do you have any more songs or albums that you have in rotation or anything like that? I mean,
Mm,
you can
I
name
kind of
more
have
if you
just
want.
been
We
like
have plenty of time.
I yeah, like I've just been kind of like when you go through a period where you're trying to find like new songs that like are your favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
where I'm at right now.
Uh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Uh, what's your intentions for the future?
My intentions for the future is to keep making music and to create my own path in the music industry because I don't really mess with the way that things are right now, like the status quo. So for me, it's like, how can I do this and get to a really good level of success, to the highest level of success I can reach, while staying completely and wholly authentic to my truth, my purpose, and just who I am as a person and how I want to impact the world and just how I want my energy to be received by the world, because I feel like the industry as it is kind of just like almost like a farm. And I don't want to be just a product to be harvested.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because I feel like it just kind of kills a lot of people's creativity and joy. And it's like some of your faves, like they'll be like, I don't like this anymore. So yeah, that's
I mean,
my intentions.
it's a very telling sign when you have people that have been a part of that industry for a very long time, and then they get up one day and they realize I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So
Yeah.
it's very telling. Um, this is not a question on my list, but I do ask everyone this every interview. What is your zodiac sign?
I am a Sagittarius.
Wow, that's crazy. We just had a Sagittarius. I just did an interview with someone else who was a Sagittarius.
Hmm.
Um, y'all seem like cool people.
Yeah.
I get a bad reputation sometimes. My zodiac sign. I'm a Taurus.
Hmm. I don't mind that. Don't particularly like it, but hey.
Wow. Oh man. Damn. Oh, I'm kind of hurt.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just do the interview with my face cam off. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Uh, I mean, I get it. I
You seem
mean,
all right.
yeah. Some of us, some people have told me like, oh, y'all Tauruses are the spawn of hell. And I'm like, I thought that was the Geminis, you know?
I don't really have much experiences with Geminis though, so I can't really speak on them.
What about the Virgos?
I do not mess with Virgos. I don't. There's maybe some Virgos, like a very few Virgos that I get along with, but like Virgos as a whole, I'm sorry.
I agree with you
Hmm
100%. Uh,
I was raised by a Virgo, so I have a lot of experience with Virgos.
ooh,
Hmm
yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot. I don't like male Scorpios.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're a
they're
little different.
yeah. I was raised by a male Scorpio. That's
Oh gosh.
yeah, yep. It's the worst thing on the planet.
Hmm
Um, what's a verse you can recite without hearing the song?
Oh, I gotta think about that. The way that you asked me that question in my mind goes blank. I think, okay, there's a lot of different verses that I can recite without hearing the song. It's just, it kind of happens when I'm just minding my own business. But if someone were to ask me on the spot, it's like every single song I've ever listened to, I completely forget about it. So
I got
I
you.
can't answer that right now.
If you want, at the end of the interview, we can come back to it if you want.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's come back to it.
Was making music something you always wanted to do?
Yeah. I always wanted to be a singer. Like I've been singing since I was very, very young. And I wanted to be somebody that was in, I wanted to be a part of the music industry for a very long time. I just didn't think it was like possible, so I never really explored it until later in life.
Was your views on the music industry different when you were younger?
I think I was just naive when I was younger. It's just like the way that everyone views the music industry. But I think because of the way that I was raised, I was kind of told to be a little bit more practical. But I've always been an artist. And like with art, I do like photography, I paint, I do digital art, like I do everything. Okay.
That's
So it's
cool.
just like, I really like to create. So I feel like I've always been destined to be on this path.
That's what's up. Um, who is a artist that inspires you to create music?
Mm, I think an artist that inspires me to create music is my mentor. His name is Andre Brown. Um, and I think it's just like the way that he talks about the creation process and like just the advice that he gives me, it really makes me want to lock in. Okay. Like it really just makes me want to do things out of my comfort zone. Okay. To just really take it to the next level. And yeah, like he inspires me to create because it's like, I sometimes I think about like, okay, oh, look, I don't want to do this, but then I'm like, thinking about my experiences creating with him, the things that he's told me, the advice that he's given me. And it's just like, okay, no, I need to do what I need to do because it's like, even if you don't, like, you don't necessarily need to like reach superstardom or whatever, like, but
True.
it's always possible, like, for me to get to a point where my music is out there. I'm working with my faves. I'm like a songwriter for on this track and on this track. And yeah, like I'm excited to see what the future brings. And I think like just seeing him in his life and how he lives it in his own way, with him and his partner, it's just like I like that. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, what is a hot take about the genre of music that you make?
A hot take is I don't know what the genre is. Yeah. I don't. I just make stuff, and I really cannot pinpoint what genre all of my stuff fits into, like at all. Um, so I kind of go off of other people's opinions about what it is because I have no clue.
Okay. Um, was there ever a time that there was an artist that you wanted to work with that kind of just brushed you off?
Mm, yeah, yeah, there was. They weren't like necessarily like big artists or whatever, but like I've definitely reached out to people who I felt like we had similar vibes to our music and our creation, and they weren't really like up to it, just when someone tells you no, but they don't say no.
Yes.
And it's just like, all right, you don't have to tell me twice. Yeah, so like there's been a few instances like that. I noticed that like the best way for me to like work with other artists is for them to like reach out to me first, because then it's like, okay, yeah, like you actually are serious about, you know, wanting to work with me and whatnot. But other than that experience, like not really.
Okay. Uh, I've had numerous. I'm not even gonna get into it because I've said it like multiple interviews, but I've had like a few people just brush me off.
Yeah.
Uh, what is something difficult for you when it comes to being an independent artist that you wish you could improve in?
I think being consistent with my creation, like having like a creative routine. Like I said this many times, I have ADHD, so I will kind of just create on like a spur of the moment type thing, but that makes it really difficult to finish projects. And also where I've seen it like get in like kind of interfere with things is also like collaborating with other people. Like I'll collaborate with somebody and then it never gets finished. Like it just is just it's yeah, it's really hard for me to I guess collaborate with other people now, especially because like I'm like also like I have my, day jobs and whatnot. And before, when I started music, it was the pandemic. So like I had all the time in the world to just do nothing. And then like, oh, let me do this, let me do that. But it doesn't work anymore. So like what I've found really hard is just like sitting down and creating even when I don't feel like it.
I agree with you on that because there are a lot of times where even myself I have a hard time just working on things or even getting things done. I know this last month I have been in a slump trying to just work on things and just get better at finishing things, but I'm getting there. So that's just like with everybody else. We all go through these things, and I think that happens to a lot of us when you independent, you have to find an opening to be able to, or find the time to be able to put in all the energy into working on these few projects that you're trying to finish up. So.
Hmm.
Uh, what is your opinion on the music industry?
Um, I kind of said this a little bit earlier. I feel like there's like the music industry as a whole, trash. Throw it away. Okay, throw the whole thing away.
Yep. Throw the
Um,
whole book away.
right. Scrap it.
Yep.
Because I just feel like the people who are in charge of like the music industry, like the people who run it, are very much like business people.
Yeah.
Um, very much capitalists. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all about production and financial results for them. And creativity is just something to be mass produced and oversold. So you see a lot of like artists that come up like SZA. and she has like a unique vibe to her. And then all of a sudden, years later, it's like there's like 11,000 of them. Okay. And then like Summer Walker, she comes up, and then all of a sudden there's like 5,000 Summer Walkers as well. Like, it's just the same thing happens over and over again because it's like mass production. Like they're trying to make as much money off of artists as possible. And it's just really depleting, I feel like it just kind of, and then like the way that artists don't even get paid the way that they should, like it's just a lot of things. I feel like there's just too much exploitation in the music industry. And if you really go the main, like, through a record label and through the regular, way that people kind of see as like popular to like move up through, there's so many hurdles because it's like not necessarily built for you to actually succeed, it's more built for like the label and the company to succeed, so it takes a lot of hard work, sweat and tears, a lot of brokenness, a lot of just having to figure it out and finesse in order to get past certain ceilings, but even then it's like,
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. And then like what is it? I feel like I don't want to say it's like you got to be lucky to succeed in that route, but all I'm saying is that like when I've talked to different people in the industry, including record label execs, okay, or like people that work for publishing companies, like everyone says the same thing. Do not sign to a label if you do not have to. Like, please, like they always are warning you like about labels and about how the contracts work and how you can get stuck in a horrible contract and like and like yeah, it's just so I feel like that part of the music industry absolutely sucks. And I feel like being an independent artist is great, but because of the labels and how like they own everything and how they run, like all the apps are run by like when it comes to music, like the labels are the ones kind of like steering the wheel, because they have the money and the resources.
For sure.
So it's just like it just makes it so much harder. So like the music industry as it is now, I think it could be way, way better. I feel like it's like, most jobs and like corporations, how like workers want to get paid more and have rights and like all this stuff, so yeah.
Definitely. I just feel like at times, because we talked about this, about the whole industry thing, I just feel like it's sometimes that it's easier to grow in the industry when you have somebody in your corner that's really just like feeding you information and stuff. Because I'm a wait to say what I'm gonna say to the last question, but it's just it's very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not organic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these artists, their come up is not organic, and like some people are taking shortcuts and stuff. And I feel like it's very much shisty in my opinion. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. What was the question I was gonna ask? Do you feel like streaming platforms pay artists fairly?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think that streaming platforms pay artists properly. But also I feel like their algorithms are also a problem. Like it's also like the algorithm and how it works. that makes it really difficult for people to get streams where, okay, yeah, like this is decent, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. So I think it's like both.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, this is the final question I'm going to ask you. Namire, tell me an artist that you think is underrated, and tell me an artist that you think is overrated.
Mm. Okay. One artist I think that is overrated is definitely Drake, just because
Yes.
his personality, the way that he talks about Black women, the way his music, like it just really hasn't evolved. Like when I was more immature, when I was younger, I bro, Drake was top, like number one for me, okay? Until he started opening his mouth and just certain things were just off to me, you know?
Yeah.
And then his music, like also, it didn't necessarily like fall off, but it just didn't hit the same as it used to. But like that wasn't what made me think, okay, he's overrated. I think it's just the way his like ego manifests itself, okay, through his actions.
I agree with you.
That's what makes me feel like he's overrated.
Yes.
Um, yeah. And then underrated. There's so many. Um, I think one artist that's really underrated, Lucky Day.
Yeah.
I love Lucky Day. Like underrated. Kalela,
Mm-hmm.
underrated. And then also, this might not be like popular, but like I feel like an artist that is in the mainstream, but could honestly be like bigger than she is like Kaylani. Like she just seems like someone who is just pure of heart. And also her music is good. Her vocals are good. Her aesthetic is good. Like she's been working at this really, really hard. I feel like if we're talking about somebody who's winning lots of Grammys, who's in the mainstream, who's whatever, you know, I feel like she should be one of them. Like she's in the mainstream, but like I feel like she's not as big as she should be, you know. And
I
I just like
agree.
her vibe. I feel like her vibe is good for the industry.
I agree. Well, but ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 29th installment of Soulful Sounds. Thank y'all for watching. And be sure to go stream Namire's new song. Namire, where can they find your song?
They can find it on all music streaming platforms.
Okay. And
Yeah.
remember that this is just a daily reminder that every song we talk about will be on the Soulful Sounds Volume 1 playlist that will be available on Spotify and SoundCloud. So if you don't have your songs on SoundCloud, please get them on there. And if you don't have your songs on Spotify, please get them on there. And this is just another daily reminder, like I say in every end of the interview. If you don't go support Namire, your mama and your daddy is a hoe. Straight like that.
Straight like that.
I caught him in the alleyway committed strange activities. You got 24 hours. I'm exposing you.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight like that. But until then, we will see y'all in the next one.
You and I can't be together now. I know that you're gone. Think about the times that I know that you want something special, but I don't know how to please you, ease you home, ease your mind up, oh, ease your time up, oh, spend some time up, talking, spend some time up. I just think about the days when